The conclusion, Chapter 10, Mrs. Master is a disaster. You should have been there. Sales of Party Poopers were going through the roof. Well, not really. If that happened, we'd have to get a new roof. But sales were really good. The first 500 toilet seats arrived the next day, and we spent the whole morning shipping them out to customers all over the world. On the website, people were already posting messages saying how much they loved their Party Poopers. When will we get our money? I asked Mrs. Masters. In a few days, she told me. Be patient. A few days later, I looked out the window during math and saw a truck pull up to the school. That must be our money, I shouted. We earned so many bazillions of dollars. They have to bring it in a truck. We're rich, yelled Ryan. We all watched out the window as a big guy wearing overalls unloaded a bunch of boxes from the truck. What are you going to do with your bazillions? Neil asked me. I'm going to buy every video game in the world, I said. I'm going to buy every candy bar in the world, said Ryan. I'm going to take a trip around the world, said Alexia. I'm so excited, said Andrea, rubbing her hands together. After 1,100,000 minutes, the guy from the truck came into our class, rolling the boxes of money. Thanks for delivering our money, said Mr. Cooper, rubbing his hands together. Oh, this isn't money, the guy replied. It's 500 toilet seats. Oh, we all said, disappointed. Where do you want me to put them? The guy asked. You can stack them in the corner there, said Mr. Cooper. Mrs. Master rolled in on her hoverboard lawnmower. I have great news, she announced. We sold another 500 Party Poopers last night. I already placed an order at the factory to make 1,000 more. Yay! We're rich, I shouted. I'll never have to go to school again. Me neither, said Mr. Cooper. I'm going to retire. Who needs to teach? I'm going to live off my toilet seat income. Suddenly, Mr. Klutz came running into the class. He was all out of breath and he looked upset. What's the matter? Asked Mrs. Master. It's all over the news, shouted Mr. Klutz. One of our toilet seats caught on fire. What? We all shouted. It was in Ohio, Mr. Klutz said. A man was sitting on his Party Pooper when it caught on fire. Something must have been wrong with the heater. He got burned on his bottom. We all gasped. He says he's going to sue us for $800 million, shouted Mr. Klutz. Oh no, we all hollered. Mr. Cooper ran over to the computer to check the website. Ding, 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 ding. Emails are pouring in, shouted Mr. Cooper. What do they say? Asked Mr. Klutz. Everybody wants their money back, shouted Mr. Cooper. What are we going to do now? We have to give them their money back, said Mrs. Master. We sold them a defective product. Nobody's going to buy Party Poopers if they cause bottoms to burn, shouted Mr. Cooper. What are we going to do with 1,000 toilet seats you ordered, shouted Mr. Klutz. Everybody started yelling and screaming and shrieking and hooting and hollering and freaking out. It's all over, groaned Mr. Cooper, holding his head in his hands. I put my life savings into Party Pooper, and now I'm going to lose my shirt. Mr. Cooper must lose a lot of shirts, or he wouldn't be talking about losing them all the time. This is your fault, Arlo, Andrea yelled. Party Pooper was your idea. Everybody was looking at me. This was the worst day of my life. I wanted to go to Antarctica and live with the penguins. They don't use toilet seats. But there was no way I was going to take all the blame for what happened. It wasn't my fault, I said. It was Mrs. Master's fault. She's the one who showed us how to start our own company. Everybody in the class turned to look at Mrs. Master. Well, this has been a lot of fun, you guys, she said, but I have to go now. I need to work on my next invention, a solar-powered back scratcher. Oops, the page does not want to turn. She hustled out of the class like she had to catch a bus. Oh well. I guess we're not going to make bazillions after all. Maybe I'll get to see Star Wars. Maybe Grandpa Bert will stop making armpit noises. Maybe a truck full of toilet seats will fall on Andrea's head. Maybe bears will figure out that we have bathrooms and stop going to the bathroom in the forest. Maybe Mr. Cooper will fall out of a boat. Maybe people will start making toast on their toilet seats. Maybe Dr. Brad will get his job back. Maybe I'll plant a toilet seat tree in our backyard. Maybe Mr. Cooper will find all those shirts he lost. Maybe Burger King will put their logo on a toilet seat. Maybe we'll have to get a new roof. Maybe we'll think of a way to get rid of 1,000 toilet seats. Maybe we'll figure out how to spell what Mr. Klutz is. Maybe we can train penguins to start using toilet seats. But it won't be easy. The end.